Hi, my name is Amy Moore. Thank you for the opportunity to testify and for your service to Texas. I'm here in opposition to Senate Bill 2, and I have lots of facts and figures in my prior versions of this, but I'm going to just go a little off script too. I grew up in Hereford, Texas, up in the Panhandle, where my mom taught third grade for 40 years and my dad owned a water well drilling business. I'm a UT grad. My 3 kids all went to public high school here in Austin. One's now a UT grad, one's a Texas Tech grad, and that last one hopefully will graduate from Texas State and get off our payroll soon. I don't want to give you my whole life story, but my worldview is kind of important. We're a public school family. We have been for generations in Texas. I got to think about public education, my family, supporting a community a lot on my drive to and from Hereford this past weekend. I drove over 1,000 miles round trip to get to my nephew's basketball game in Vega. I saw about 8 courthouses, 50 or so churches, 12 Dairy Queens, but I didn't see not one private school on my drive of 500 miles. I didn't see a tutoring company. The only education service provider I passed were those small town independent school districts. The thing I kept coming back to on my drive is that this isn't the Senate Bill 2 just really isn't the Texas that I grew up in. It doesn't reflect the small town values that I still hang on to living in the big city now. The Texas I grew up in, where the wind blows 24 hours a day and most people's livelihoods are dependent on the weather, you didn't invent problems to solve because God, honestly, had already given us plenty to deal with. Senate Bill 2 is addressing a problem that was manufactured by billionaires instead of properly funding our public schools. Those schools that haven't had a raise in over 6 years and educate 94% of our Texas children. The Texas I grew up in taught me to say, you don't rob Peter to pay Paul. And so I'm trying to really figure out why we would take $1 billion and take it away from the public schools. I get that it's not from the same pot, but it just doesn't make any sense to me. Basically, the Texas I grew up in wouldn't solve a manufactured problem with $1 billion. They'd fund our great public schools. Thank you.
Thank you.